Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SLAPSTICKS podcast. We are waiting for a special guest who will be joining us shortly. He's going to bring some heat. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the recording when he joins in the middle of it, because I've never experienced that before.
I think he can do it, because we had El Danye join us.
That's right. I remember that. I do remember that.
You froze. He's in the basement.
Yeah, I'm in the basement, and the Wi-Fi is horrible down here, so we'll see how it holds up.
All that matters is if yours. I'm going to go get a headband real quick.
All right.
Or should I get... I haven't worn it in a while.
You could just shave your head live on the episode.
I would. Just kidding.
Nick Walker, I took the U route. My mom was like, why don't you have someone cut your hair? And I was like, why would I pay for them to buzz it all off? I could do that myself. So that's exactly what I did.
I've never buzzed my hair.
It's been pretty short. Maybe not this short. No. You've never done it yourself?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was saying I've never done it myself.
This is rough, man. But it feels a lot better. I hate the way it looks, but it feels so much better. Our special guest said that he's trying to log in. You don't need a login. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I saw it at the top. I don't even see what he looks like.
Oh my god. Hello, special guest Teddy.
It's the tribal chief to you. And if you're going to start me off, you better start me off right.
You mean with a proper...
me.
I will not be acknowledging you.
John, you got to go get your referee suit now. You got Teddy with the cowboy hat.
No, I'm not playing into his game, all right? Teddy, welcome.
Folks, if you don't know, these two are going to fight each other.
Welcome to the SLAPSTICKS podcast, Teddy. We are proud to have you this week. Hopefully we can make this a recurring thing, at least every once in a while. Do you have any first words other than acknowledge me?
We'll let you start it off, Johnny boy.
All right. We'll just do what we normally do. We will get into this week's games, one of which I attended. We are filming this a little late, so I believe there's one extra game as opposed to the last few weeks. So we should have 4 to talk about, I believe.
John's internet kind of sucks over there. I can see you fine, Nick.
That's fine. We'll just get into it. So since the last episode, the Blues went into Boston and surprised everybody and won 3-2. They then went into Carolina and lost 4-1. They came home against Minnesota and lost 4-2. And then last night, the game Teddy and I were at, probably as bad as you can play in a win. They win 3-2 in a shootout over San Jose. Teddy, let's start with your thoughts. How do you think this past week went for the St. Louis Blues?
Well, it cut out there, but let me just answer this. The St. Louis Blues, that game last night, I was sitting up there on the stairs, and oh man, I watched one hell of a game. Both sides. I got to look at it from the Sharks' perspective. They're just that team. Like any team in the National Hockey League, they can be competitive. The Sharks showed us why they are one of the best in the NHL. They tied the game on one of the greatest goaltenders of all time, which I would say is the greatest goaltender of all time. Believe me, the stats prove it. It was one heck of a game, John.
All right. Nick Walk, do you have any thoughts on the Blues week?
I feel like you missed the game.
Maybe I did.
Didn't they play Boston twice? Or someone twice, where they choked the game?
I can't remember, because we did Thursday morning last week, so there's actually been 5 games.
They choked the one game.
We were in Buffalo, and we lost 4-3 in overtime. Buffalo tied the game with, what was it, Teddy? 4 or 5 minutes left. And then, Nick, I don't know if you saw, but they actually drew a penalty with 2:10 left in the third period and were able to just hold on to the puck so that the Blues couldn't touch it, which then gave them a 2-minute power play in overtime. And they scored on it. So, really smart move by... Good heads-up play by the Buffalo Sabres.
I just remember you saying last week, is if you're going to choke it, at least make it to overtime. And they made it.
We did do that. That was kind of a tough game. Again, it's been the theme all year. The Blues play a good 30 minutes and then a bad 30 minutes. I don't know if Ted agrees, but I don't care what he thinks because he just said the Sharks are one of the best teams in the NHL. So, Ted, your thoughts on the Buffalo game?
Well, look, Buffalo, they're one of my favorite teams in the league, all right? If they had Tage Thompson, it would have been game over for the St. Louis Blues. It's already been game over for the St. Louis Blues. Look, I can go all into the St. Louis Blues. You can't spell it without the L, sadly. You can't do that for most teams, but it's just been a hot commodity, a common theme with this team lately. And look, if they had Tage Thompson on that team when we played Buffalo, oh man, you would have seen some heavy one-timers, heavy dangles. It'd be like Mario Lemieux 2.0 in 2024, about to be 2025. I want to do this quick shout out to all the friends and family out there because Thanksgiving is around the corner. I think this is a time to be thankful for everything. Thankful for you, Nick. I wish I could say the same for John, but just want to throw that out there real quick.
Ted, while the diarrhea is spilling out of your mouth, would you like to comment on the 3-2 win in Boston?
Look, I don't even remember that game. You got to have that mentality. Once you win, the game that you just had doesn't matter. It's about moving forward, John, not backwards. So, if anything, I don't care about that Boston game. And frankly, I don't think Boston really cares about them because they just fired their coach.
They did just fire their coach, perhaps the most undeserving firing in NHL history. He had a record of, I'm ballparking, but I believe it was 170, 49, and 23, and he got fired. Just a brutal way that they treated Jim Montgomery, and he'll land on his feet. I know Blues fans are kind of hoping we just ditch Bannister and hire Jim Montgomery. Realistically, that's not going to happen, but if it were, it'd be kind of fun. So, Ted, I know you're saying basically what you just stated when we mentioned the Boston game is that you only care about the most recent performance, but do you have any comments on the 4-1 loss in Carolina? I know they have a player in Marty Necas who had 4 points that night that you were quite fond of. Do you have anything to say about that?
Well, look, when we played Carolina, it's almost like we played them in their name. We walked in and we got hit by a hurricane. It was insane. It was like a category 5 in there, maybe more of a 4 because I put up 4 goals. But look, we went in there. It was not good. We got back out. We're lucky to get out of there. But I think there's a lot to learn from it. But that was a very bad game for the St. Louis Blues.
We'll go ahead and skip the other 2 games because I don't want to hear any more terrible weather puns from Teddy. So, of course, if we could get into the standings, and I'd imagine this is going to take up a good chunk of the rest of this. So, Teddy, since you're a special guest here, I would like your input on all 32 teams as I climb up the league rankings. Just give a quick sentence or two about what you think. We'll start at the bottom with the 6, 11, and 3.
Look, this is what you get when you have John as the host. This is outrageous.
The basement Wi-Fi is not good. I get it.
So you're talking about the league rankings?
Yes. As I climb from 32 to 1, I would like you to say something about each team, Teddy. Can you do that?
Not about each team. Here's the thing. I'm the tribal chief. I am number 1. I sit at the head of the table. So the team that I care about is the one that's at the top of the standings, which I believe that is the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets, they're the number 1 team. And look, they're soaring. They're flying. They have 22s. Jets, Jets.
How about the number 2 team, Teddy, the Minnesota Wild?
For real, the thrill.
Well, look, they have a potential MVP on their hands, Kirill Kaprizov. I think I just looked at the recent voting tracker, and I think he might be number 1. I know I have a vote in this upcoming election for the Hart Trophy, and I think it would go towards. But I actually do. Let me stop you right there. I actually do. The people have to say this stuff. All right.
How about the 3rd place, 14-5 Carolina Hurricanes?
One word, hurricane.
How about the 13-7-2 New Jersey Devils, Teddy?
Ooh, the New Jersey Devils. You know, when I was a kid, and I used to watch this Devils team with Zach Parise and Patrick Elias, Martin Brodeur, and oh man, they were a fun team to watch. And you know, through some growing pains along the way. But it's 2024 now, you know, and so have the New Jersey Devils. They are being led by their superstar, Jack Hughes, and then also Jesper Brett. Can't name anyone else because those are the 2 names that you need to know.
Yes, I would have to agree with you there, Ted. How about the 5th place Washington Capitals?
Oh, look, I've been very back and forth on the Capitals. Are they capital or are they like a lowercase walking around? It's really hard to tell. Look, we don't really need to talk about the actual team. We just need to talk about the great 8, Alex Ovechkin, who sadly broke his leg the other day, but I do the training staff and all them, and they say he is going to get back very quickly. All right, we have the best doctors, we have the best training staff around this country, and I think he will be back, and he will break that record someday.
All right, the sixth place Vegas Golden Knights, Teddy.
Look, Vegas, it's where the money goes. All right, and as a betting man, you always bet on Vegas. Frankly, they might be top 5, not just in the league, but on how much money I've made off of them. Look, Las Vegas, one word, money, money.
Okay, we'll move on to the second to appear on the list, which is the 12-6-2 Toronto Maple Leafs. Austin Matthews is in Germany getting his hair transplant. What do you think about that?
Look, there's a lot of skill on that team, all right? I think a bit with the Toronto Maple Leafs because of how much skill I have on the front end. And look, they just need to get past the first round. I know they did it against Tampa, but, they got able to beat Boston when it's all said and done. So no matter where they are now, they could be number 1 in the standings. They have to be able to execute once the playoffs come. So everything that we say now is kind of irrelevant.
That makes the playoffs, but I do agree with you, Teddy. The 8th place New York Rangers.
The Rangers, New York. Oh, New York. Big apple. I've never seen an apple when I'm there, but it is very big, all right? It's the city that never sleeps. The stock market, Wall Street, everything about it also ties in with money. Look, the New York Rangers, they're a pretty solid team. Now, I'm not sure about their contracts because I think it might bite them in the future. I know they had a goalie situation and they are still working on that. But yeah, they're a solid team now and they should be forward, but it's a matter of time till they implode.
Okay, the Florida Panthers, Teddy.
Oh man, Florida Panthers. As a Tampa Bay fan myself, with Florida with love, all right? Florida has Stanley Cup now 2 times in a row. And look, admit it, I was going for them this Stanley Cup. I think they are a very good team, go back to back. It's just a matter of, we're living in 2024 with this league. It's very...
It is indeed. Speaking of competitiveness, maybe it wasn't expected to be competitive. The 11-6-3 Calgary Flames.
You said the Calgary Flames are number 9 on that list?
Number 10.
Number 10? What the hell? Well,
I picked win the draft lottery, Ted, so I feel you.
I'm going to tell them this. Look, just keep on rolling. They have a saddle dome. What I put on with my horse that's outside because I'm a cowboy, Look, they just need to keep going and can keep doing it. Great. If not, they might be playing a bit better than supposed to be.
I agree. The 11th place Dallas Stars, Teddy.
Love me some Dallas, all right? It's almost like my last name. I think it is my last name. Look, Dallas Stars. That's all you need to know. Look, I think they have a shot to win Stanley Cup, all right? They have the defense. They have the forwards. They have the goalie. And look, it's Dallas. Big D, all right? Doesn't get any bigger than that unless a few other things. But look, the Dallas Stars, they are in contention, and they are a threat to the West and to the whole National Hockey League.
I agree. Moving on to the 12th place Los Angeles Kings, Teddy.
Oh, Los Angeles. Oh, I don't like Los Angeles, but they are pretty, all right? Look, gotta respect it. Game respects game.
God, this should be a great one. The Tampa Bay, go ahead and get it out of your system.
Ooh, Tampa Bay. Point, Kucherov, Hedman scores. It's all you need. I wish they still had Stamkos, but look, Tampa Bay, power play, up on forward, John Cooper Trooper. They are one of the best teams I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Still?
Oh, still, yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh God, why did these two be back? The 14th place Colorado Avalanche.
Oh man, when I hear the Avalanche, oh, I wanna, all right? Look, speed, and speed, all right? I know McKinnon, he taught the players in the locker room a few years ago about mentality, McDonald's, which honestly, I need to, pick up on that mentality. He's a winner, all right? Look, I'm a winner myself, but, winners see winners, game sees game. Look, they also have Cale Makar. A lot of people say, but that doesn't matter because Cale Makar is, I'd say, might be the best defenseman in the National Hockey League. And look, he dangles, he shoots, and he scores, just like McKinnon. Oh, I can go on about them all day.
Yeah, but I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to stop you there. The 10 to pick it up.
Speed. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Zach Hyman. What else do you want up front?
The Vancouver Canucks, Teddy.
They could be, a little Mickey Mouse, but they have good players up front. I don't know.
Okay, the Seattle Kraken, Teddy.
Oh, the Kraken. Are they even a real animal? The Kraken, do they exist?
I don't think so.
Oh, man, I don't know if they exist at this place in the standings either. Look, they have a captain now, but, the St. Louis Blues, they came back on opening night. Or opening first game of the National Hockey League season for 2024 to 2025.
In North America, yes.
Yeah. In America, which I love America.
Yes. The final team that is hot right now, which I don't expect to last, the Boston Bruins, Teddy.
Oh, I think they might be imploding, but look, they are a great team nonetheless.
That's it? You didn't want to dick ride Boston a little bit?
I'm a Tampa fan.
Okay.
On.
The 19th place Buffalo Sabres.
Oh, Buffalo. I think they could be an avalanche in the making. Like great players up front. And oh man, Tage Thompson. TNT. Oh man, a lot of teams wish they had Tage Thompson. I wish I had Tage Thompson on my team. They're going to go to the promised land someday.
That's a very bold statement for a team that hasn't made the playoffs in 14 years. The New York Islanders, Teddy.
Hey, look, I don't want to rush the time, but SmackDown starts in 7 minutes.
Jesus Christ,
the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, will be on tonight.
Oh, my God. Okay, we'll go ahead and call it there. Ted, I just wanted to quickly Would you like to finish?
What's the next segment?
Oh, this is the last. I'm getting real sick of this character you're playing right now. The New York Islanders, Teddy.
They're just, on an island by themselves. Look, they had their glory days, but it's not really glory, all I gotta say.
The St. Louis Blues, Teddy.
Oh, good St. Louis. Oh, when the Blues go walking in.
It's marching, and that's probably copyright, so you're gonna have to...
Oh, I said walking, not marching. There's a difference. So I'm actually not copyrighted, John. Let me stop you right there. Look, St. Louis Blues. Look, they exist. And look, it's not just about wins and losses. It's about entertainment. It's the entertainment industry, John. And look, St. Louis Blues have given hope to the city. And look, 2019, the fans there waited a long time. Look, you see behind me from years ago.
I do.
Rich history. So
he doesn't have the green screen figured out yet.
He doesn't. There's also no Tribal Chief pictures, which is concerning. The Anaheim Ducks, Teddy.
Oh, they can go quack, quack, quack.
This video is going to be so good for clips, bro. The Columbus Blue Jackets, Teddy.
Oh, I don't want to say anything bad about Columbus a lot. I just hope for the best for them.
The Detroit Red Wings.
What place are the Red Wings?
They are in 24th in the league standings.
Holy crap. Look, they're still on the Yzer plan. Now, I don't know if it's working out. I didn't know that they were this low. Look, they have a good young core, but I don't know what to say. Look, Yzerman was one of the best players. He sniped that goal on the St. Louis Blues back then, before I was even alive.
Yep.
And I still feel it till this day.
The Tortorella-led Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, the Flyers, they got your good young guy on their hands. It's Matvey Michkov of the Russia. Look, he can score some goals, and he can put it in the back of the net. Very good dangling. They also have some good forwards in Konechny and Tippett. Sanheim should be a blue probably, but that's for a different day. But yeah, I feel like they could have a solid team one day.
All right, and their cross-state rival Pittsburgh Penguins, probably on the verge of firing their coach.
Well, you know what they say, all good things have to come to an end. Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Christopher Letang, they carried that team on their back for years and years. Years and years. And it might have caught up to them. We'll just have to see. They will be in the Hall of Fame someday. And I will be voting for them. Have a vote in the NHL. Remember that.
Just to reiterate, you do not. The 27th place Ottawa Senators.
Well, I think the Senators, they could have a good team on their hands too. Look, they have shown flashes of dominance against their opponents. They blew out the Blues. And that was also against Jordan Binnington. At least I think, but it doesn't matter because if you're in the NHL, you're at this level to compete. And I think the Senators have that will to compete on their team.
They're ranked 27.
I was waiting for you to say it.
I'm sorry. I was like, wait a second. We're talking about the 27th.
The 28th place Utah Hockey Club having fallen back to earth, Teddy.
Look, they're trying out. This is the first time Utah has ever had a team, and congratulations to them. And sorry for Arizona there. I know they had a lot of great years there and a hope, but it's time to turn the chapter. But Utah, they have a lot of great on that team. Clinton Keller, Dylan Gunther, which, by the way, Gunther is also a name of a WWE wrestler. He's big guy, and I take pride into that.
Okay, the 29th place San Jose Sharks.
Like I said, could be one of the teams in the National Hockey League. They showed that last night. They did not quit. They were down to 8 seconds, and they were able to execute. Look, they lost, but up is a point, and I'm making a point here that San Jose might be coming back within this next decade.
Yeah, within the next decade. The rest of what you were saying was delusional as fuck. The Montreal steady.
Look, they're a very fast team, and honestly, I think they should be a lot better than where they should be. All right, look, Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky.
Yeah, he's got one goal.
Three-headed monster. All right. Look, not all monsters need to eat. They work together to get their prey, and that's exactly what they do up there in Montreal.
Okay. The Chicago Blackhawks, Teddy, and the struggling Connor Bedard.
They're trying to figure it out. Bedard is one of the big phenoms on that team. Look, I think he does help on that team, but, they're going through some growing pains like a lot of other teams, and they'll out. It's Chicago.
Dare I say sophomore slump for Bedard. Okay. The last place, probably expected to be way higher, Nashville Predators, Teddy. Come on, Internet. Give me 4 minutes. Ted, just in case it's all together, do you want to give your thoughts on the Nashville Predators really fast?
Look, they had one of my favorite players when I was a kid. Still is. Steven Stamkos, one of the greatest of all time. Look, that slap shot, you can see it from a mile away, and you still cannot stop it in the slot. All right? Look, Nashville, Smashville, Hammer Time, whatever you want to call them there. Look, they have a great team up front, but it's just not executing. And look, Father Time is unbeaten, and they have a lot of older players on that team. And it will catch up to them at some point.
Ted, I'd like to formally thank you for joining today. Thank you for your insight. Would you like to give your quick thoughts on the Blues Winter Classic jersey that was released this week?
Nope. I think we should just end it.
That works for me. All right, folks, week.